As a Hindu woman, nothing gives me more joy to see the West accepting our culture and, understanding the value of divine feminine, divine masculine, meditation, incorporating all these culture and traditions that we have in our day to day lives here in the US, especially. But I think we've taken it a little bit too far. Like this idea and portrayal of divine feminine and divine masculine in today's media, I think is affecting our generation, like the men and women of our society, as well as the young adults. So I just wanted to talk about why this concept is problematic and how we can maybe address it. Oh, and really quick before I get into the video, if you guys like, content like this, please, please, please subscribe to my channel. I love making videos and it would mean the world to me if y'all could support me. So please subscribe. Okay, so this idea of divine feminine and divine masculine comes with our concept of Shiva and Shakti. So Shiva consciousness being the ideal man, ideal masculine. You can call him Vishnu, you can call him, whatever male god that we have is a representation of the masculine. And Shakti is the female counterpart. And we have this concept of like Ardhanarishwar, which is half Shiva and half Shakti, and then a complete human being is supposed to be both masculine and feminine. So if you're born as a woman in our culture, at least, the goal is to embark on this journey of femininity and channeling your inner Shakti, but also knowing that we have that masculine, that Shiva in me too. So knowing to balance both of the energies is how you can reach to your highest self. I think we have taken it too far with all the self help gurus of the internet and like all these women talking about, oh, like your man is supposed to be this and that and protector and provider, which I agree to an extent. But I think with the rise of feminism, women now have the ability to take care of themselves and get the opportunities that we never got. That being said, I do recognize the challenges of modern day feminism and how we have taken it too far to a point where, men are hating on women, women are hating on men. This concept of you're better than me, all that is just, I think, simply ignorant. Because if we understood that we are supposed to be both masculine and feminine, I think our lives would be so much easier and better. As a spiritual woman living in this capitalistic country, I have to channel my masculine side to be successful. But that doesn't mean that my feminine is weak. And feminine is actually passive income. Feminine is actually creating. This whole idea of being an entrepreneur, setting up a business, all that is a very Shakti related or very Shakti focused trait. So the idea, the concept of Shiva and Shakti in our culture has to do with the fact that Shiva represents detachment and Shakti represents material attachment in a way. Again, I am not an expert in this, so please don't, take my words for literal meaning. I personally believe that feminism is the reason why, as a woman, I have these opportunities, but we took it too far, that it was radicalized too far, that we are now trying to right our wrongs rather than like learning from our mistakes, and we're trying to go back to the extreme that we had before. But that's not right. You cannot go back to the same ideal feminine and masculine gender roles that we had in the past, because we don't live in the past. Modern day problems require modern day solutions. Now you can base your values in your faith, your spirituality. For example, you can be, like I said, a corporate baddie. Like, I am very ambitious and I love building and I want to have my own business one day, and I want to build with my husband. But at the same time, I also know that if I'm ever fortunate enough to become a mother, I would want to spend time with my kids. Like, raising my kids is one of the biggest responsibility and duty and also blessing that I can seek for. And if that's something that I don't want to do, then that's okay too. Like I completely respect and understand it, not because I am selfish, but because I know the world that we live in and how cruel it is and how there's literally a war going on, and there's the environment is suffering, like mother nature is suffering. So if I decide to not have kids because I don't even know where my life is going to be, the only way I'm bringing another human being in this world is because I am mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially stable to a point that I'm ready to take on to that responsibility, because I don't choose my parents. I don't choose my, in a way, I don't choose my friends, right? Because they just happen to come to my life. But making a kid is 100% my choice with that partner, of course. So I think we have to realize that at the end of the day, we all have a role to play. Like this idea of, becoming a 21 or a 25-year-old woman and expecting your man to like be a provider for you, like expecting him to pay your bills. How is that okay? Poor man is just trying to build himself too. Now, I get it. There are a lot of like toxic masculinity out there, but there's a lot of toxic femininity out there too. So, knowing who you are in your core and then using that to not just better your life, but to give grace and help others and support others is what really the meaning of divine feminine is. And I'm not a man, so I cannot speak on to, what being a man is, but what I have learned from Hinduism and Shiva is that, as a divine masculine, like it is your responsibility to make sure that you're creating a safe environment, not just for you women, but for everyone. This whole concept of dating today, where you want to, be with somebody who's going to pay all your bills, or don't want to do 50-50, like doesn't have to be that way. Like whoever is more financially responsible or capable to help out the other should do it. Now I understand, like when you are married and when you have kids in the picture, you want to be with somebody who can protect you because you want to be a stay-at-home mom. But if that person is the love of your life and he's really struggling and he doesn't have the capacity to do so, you should be okay going back to work and like supporting your family. Granted, the man helps out with the kids too. So I think, like, rather than focusing on, this whole concept of sprinkle, sprinkle, or like, oh, my man needs to do this and that, why not just focus on his value? Like, why not just look at how generous he is, how kind he is? Like, is he going to be your mental strength, your support? Because I think as women, we want our men to be our emotional rock or our rock, but you have to be willing to be his peace too. Like whenever I pray about my future husband, all I ask God is, God, please give this man a kind heart and a strong mind. And please give me the strength to be his peace. That's all I ask. And that's all I want, truly, because I'm grateful for this opportunity. And it is not just up to him, but me too. Like the divine feminine in me wants me to be better, not just for him, but for myself. Like the divine feminine in me would want to support my partner, would want to support my friends, but with boundaries. The divine feminine in me would put God first. The divine feminine in me would take care of myself so that I could take care of others. The divine feminine in me would want to give me love so that I can give others love. There's no point of, getting an education and becoming better so that my man would just pay my bills. Like this, that concept is rooted on material greed, and also like, relying and using your partner. Whereas love is not supposed to be like that. Love is supposed to give. I've had so many people tell me that I am too ambitious, or like I just am very focused. How is that a bad thing? And if anyone like wants to tell you that, oh, being super ambitious is not a feminine trait, they're lying. Because the Shakti in us, like, the Durga Mata in us, is literally so strong. So this we have a goddess in Hinduism called Durga Ma, I just mentioned. She is the combination of the power of all three trinity that we have. So she's actually the most powerful, and all of us have that divine feminine in us. So don't let anyone tell you that being feminine and being strong and ambitious and wanting to have this amazing life makes you less of a woman or makes you more into your masculine. Like, again, I know that being hyper independent is a trauma response, so I don't want to like negate that too. There's a difference between using someone and seeking their help. So you don't want to do extremes of both sides. Like, you don't want to use someone, but you also don't want to like be so hyper independent that you don't even want to seek their help. Like, everything in life is about balance, and only God can guide you through all of your mistakes, your trauma, but it is you who has to do the work. So this concept of like, gender roles is not like, it's will take us back to our history. Like, you do not have to wear pink or love pink, even though I love pink, to be a feminine woman. Expecting gender roles like the ancient times today is not going to work. Yes, if you want a provider man, you should have a provider man, and you should actually seek one for sure. You If you are an ambitious woman, you need a strong and ambitious man. I will die on that hill, because I have given men that didn't have any drive or ambition a chance, because I was like, okay, I have the drive, I have the ambition, maybe he can be a balance in me. No, no. Strong people attract strong people. So it's not about gender, it's about your personality. Like, even your friends, like, all the time that I see around me is that I'm attracted to doers and leaders and friends that inspire me, and people that don't, like friends that don't, that they're no longer in my life. So if friendship wise I need that, why would I settle for a man that is not in that same frequency as I am? So just a thought, like, rather than channeling this materialistic idea of, oh, like, I need to wear this, I need to do that, I need my man to like pay my bills, this and that, like, why not tap inside you and see where do you lack balance, what side of you is more masculine, and how is that helping you, versus what side of you is feminine and how is that helping you? What's your purpose in life? Like, how can you channel your inner masculine to become the best version of yourself, and how can you channel the divine feminine in you to become the best version of yourself? Because soul has no gender, and we are sent in this world as a man or a woman because we have certain lessons that we need to learn that we did not learn in our past life. Like my spiritual journey is all that matters to me today, and whatever helps me to get there, I'm going to do it. So rather than relying on all these gurus who talk about, as a woman I need to be this and that, why not tap into your real Shakti that is inside you and seek her guidance, because she will tell you exactly what you need to hear. And she told me to make this video, which is why I'm here. So please take care of yourself rather than listening to everyone. Listen to your heart and do what you feel right. Okay? Support your man, support your friends, support your family. If you have that inner strength in you, build people around you. And if they leave you after, it'll come back to you. The love that you give out will always find its way. It might not be in that exact person, or it might not be in the circumstances you wanted it, but it will always come back, and it will be 10 times more better if you don't expect it to come back. Like, if you help someone without wanting anything back, God will literally give you everything. You cannot even imagine how good your life is going to be. The divine feminine is actually much more strong and does not need any external validation. So you bet she's not going to need anybody to pay her bills. Keep becoming better and become the woman that your youngest version would be proud of. And one day your daughter will be proud of too. Take care. Love you.